with Jeff from Devildriver. How's it going, man?
Good. How are you guys?
We're doing good. You guys have had 3 great works of art now with your albums. The new album, you can tell you guys are evolving in. Is that important to you as a band to make sure each album is a different progression than the last?
Yeah, I mean, you got to keep some continuity, but as far as, you know, a band and like musicians and wanting to get better, I mean, that's kind of important too, but it's like you also want to write music for the songs and not for showmanship. And I think it's important to keep certain elements of, you know, like, say for instance, like I love guitar solos, and we definitely wanted to put more on this record, showcase what we can do, but also, you know, because I just enjoy them in the songs. But we didn't write every song saying we have to have a guitar solo, because I think that's completely bullshit, personally, because there's really no point. And we wanted to incorporate that into the music, but only where it was appropriate. So,
all right. I know you guys are like one of the hardest working bands out there right now on the scene. So, do you guys strive to keep a strong work ethic out on the road? And is it hard to do that in kind of like a party atmosphere?
I mean, well, it used to be. But all of us don't really. I mean, I don't party nearly as hard as I used to at all, even close. And you know, like we try to go to like the gym a few times a week and like, you know, play guitar during the day and stuff like that. And you know, we finally have a full crew, so it would kind of almost be more that we would be wanting to party harder because we have less responsibilities. But I don't know. I mean, it gets kind of old, to tell you the truth. And you know, I'm not 22 anymore. I'm not 30 yet, but I mean, still, like, I used to party a lot harder. So.
Yeah, well, believe me, it gets harder as you get older, because I'm 38 right now, so it's still kind of hard. So, all right, cool. Well, The Last Kind Words, which is a great album, was that an easier experience this time around than the last album?
I don't know about easier. It gets kind of stressful. It's all pretty tough. Recording's not the easiest thing to make everything really perfect. I mean, you kind of do have to get stressed out about it, because it's like, it's important for it to be good. And if you don't really care, then, I mean, unless you're like the most talented musicians in the world that can do no wrong, which I don't really know anyone who is. Yeah, it gets kind of stressful, but I mean, you enjoy it too. You try to put the energy into doing things the right way and make the record as awesome as possible without killing yourself over it, because you can get to a point where you're literally, everything you put on the table you start to hate, and then you get to that point, that's when it's not good. So.
Okay, was there any songs on this album that you like playing better live than some of the other ones?
Yeah, I really like playing Not All Wander or Lost, Clouds. We're playing Horn of Betrayal now, which is really fun. I mean, it gets to a point where with anything, that you want to start playing new stuff, and like there could be songs now that I enjoy playing, and then in a few months I don't, because we're playing something new. So, you know, yeah, definitely there's always songs you enjoy playing more, but there's a lot of songs I enjoy playing, which I think is a testament to us, as far as that we wrote some pretty good stuff. So.
Okay. Well, what do you think of the way the current scene of metal is right now? Do you think it's getting better? Do you think it's stale? Do you think, you know, something new has to come out, or what do you see?
I think it's kind of cruising right now, and I think it's good. But I think that the state of music is more of an issue versus I think metal is doing okay, and I think there's tons of great bands. I don't think there's anything that needs to come out. I mean, personally, I just think that there'll never be bands that are going to sell the amount of records that a band like Pantera, or a band like Metallica, obviously, or a band like Slipknot even. It's totally different now, and I think that beyond that, I think even in pop culture, that like there's artists now coming out that will never even come close to selling what the artists before them sold. So as far as metal goes, I don't think there really is anything else that needs to come out and change. I think it's doing fine. I mean, hopefully there'll be, you know, another band like Lamb of God. I mean that, and like Success and stuff like that coming out, because I think that they're kind of like the biggest band right now. They're like a staple for underground metal and stuff like that. But at the same time, even if there's not, I think that it's doing fine.
Okay, so. Cool. I talked to a lot of different people, interviewed a lot of different bands, but a lot of the fans really love this band, and one of the reasons that they love this band is because of you guys' lyrics. Now, being part of that, do you find it's a really good experience to know that you're helping people through music?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's really cool, and we get that a lot, and I think it's awesome. And you know, everyone's got hardships. No one has an easy life. So if you can help anyone out through that, I think it's really cool, and I'm honored to do it.
Is this something that you always knew from the time that you were a kid that you wanted to do? You knew that this is all that you had to do?
Yeah, I knew this is what I wanted to do, and I knew that I would do it eventually. And I've been playing with some of the guys in the band for my whole life. So, you know, we always knew that we wanted to do this, and we got really lucky. I mean, mark my words, got really, really lucky, but we kind of always knew that we wanted to do it. I mean, if I wasn't doing this, I'd be like a lawyer or something like that, but I don't really want to do that. I'd rather do this. This is a lot more fun.
Cool. Well, some of the bands that we interview, we've talked to different bands like As I Lay Dying, and some bands that have some spiritual background to their music. What do you think about bands today that are putting that stamp on their music? Do you think it's a good thing to have spiritual things in music, or should it be left separate?
I mean, if you mean it, I mean, it's like it can work both ways. Like, you can sell anything depending on who you want to sell it to. You can be black metal and be from Norway and be like, we're the most evil band in the world, and be not into it all, but sell records of that. Or you can say we're Christian and want to sell records to an audience of people that's going to buy it because they are Christian and not be Christian. And I'm not saying As I Lay Dying or anyone is like that at all. I love those guys. They're amazing dudes. But if you're into it, awesome. But if you're just doing it for the sake of selling an album, then whatever. You know?
Right. I hear you. Now, you guys are touring with Napalm Death, which legends,
yeah.
And a lot of other great, 36 Crazy Fist, and Vitro. And this tour seems like a really different mix of bands. How's that? Is it going good with you guys? Are you finding friendships with these guys on the road?
Yeah, I mean, to tell you the truth, we've rarely ever toured with a band. There might have been one or two bands in all the touring we've done that we've never been friends with, or never, like, you know, become friendly with, because we're all really easygoing guys. And yeah, that's the only thing I know of when we tour, is becoming friends with the other bands. It doesn't, I mean, you do something like Ozfest, and you're not going to be friends with everybody, but, you know, there's enough people around that you can be friendly with. But yeah, it's a huge part. Everyone on this tour is amazing, and everyone's really respectful of us and this and that, and we're really respectful of them too, so it's really cool.
Okay. Well, what makes you get up and do this every day, other than you got to pay your bills and things like that? What drives you to keep doing this year after year after year? Well,
I just enjoy doing it, and lucky that I have the opportunity and get to do it with, like, my friends. I've been friends with my whole life, and you know, and the thing about it that's kind of cool is that it's never the same, and I mean that in the sense of, it's like we tour, then we go home, and it's like we might do this tour, and then, like, you know, this summer we'll do like an outdoor tour, and like go tour Europe, go tour. It's always kind of changing. I mean, it's the same type of business, but it's like, it's never the same thing, and it's so far from like a normal job of even going to the same place every day. So it's always new and different. I mean, granted, you know, we've been here 22 million times, but it's cool. I know what to expect, but it's like tomorrow will be something different, right? So,
okay. Well, any last words for your diehards?
Thank you for everything, and we won't let you guys down.
All right, man. Jeff, Devildriver, check him out, devildriver.com, right?
Yep.
Devildriver.com. Peace.
MySpace.com/Devildriver.
There you go.
And I think now we have a Facebook page too, but I don't know anything about that.
Devildriver on Facebook.
Yeah. We're taking over the world.
All right, cool, man.